listening to the Backstage Krew Podcast, and on tonight's episode, we talking about WWE Monday Night Raw, January 16th, 2023, Cincinnati, Ohio. So Shane Show, what you got to say about the show tonight?
Man, Raw was going down tonight. Raw, the whole show was good. I liked everything. All the matches were up there in quality. Everything was good.
Yeah, I think the show was pretty good myself. The tag team matches for tonight was explosive. Pretty good. Yeah. Shout out to WWE for making another great show.
Yep, show was going down tonight. First off out the gate was Judgment Day talking with the Usos in the ring, which led to a brawl. But we also had during all that we saw Ripley, Rhea Ripley step up to Solo.
Yeah,
with Dominic was getting punked.
Yeah,
and that was different. But
that was a good storyline. How Dominic was talking about why he was in jail. Do this and do that. Like he was only there for 2 hours.
In
3. What they say, 4 hours?
Yeah.
He snapped. He running with it, but I like it though.
Yeah, it was funny. He's got that. I like how they on the YouTube for Fox, or was it USA? They put up a meme with Michael Scott, so that was funny.
Yeah. So then we had Solo and Mustafa Ali. What you think about that?
That match was going down. That was a good pairing for a singles match right there, man. They had a good match, even though, like I said, the size difference is different, but yeah, it worked for me. Solo hit him with the Samoan spike, caught him.
Got him for the W on that.
Yeah.
Then the Bloodline. Then Kevin Owens came out.
Yeah, Kevin came out for the distraction, and then Mustafa tried to hit him with a DDT for the win. Didn't work. So in the end, the Usos started battling with Kevin Owens, and at the end, Solo won with the spike, but Kevin Owens came in and gave him the stunner.
Yeah.
And that was weak. And then they started brawling all over the place and throwing chairs.
It was classic Kevin Owens.
Yup, trying to be the chaos guy. And
while Mustafa Ali just did nothing and laid in the ring, paralyzed.
Yeah, well, everything went down.
But other than that, it was a good match between Solo and Mustafa. Mustafa a good wrestler, so
yeah,
people sleeping on him. Don't forget what he did before Seth Rollins became the champ and all that. No, Kofi became the champ and all that. So Mustafa is cold. It's just right now the storyline. He should be happy just being in the mix right now.
Yeah, for real.
So yeah, other than that, it was a good match.
Yeah. But after that, we saw a promo with Cody Rhodes. Says he'll be back in time for the Royal Rumble. So that's nothing new. I kind of figured with all these promos now, he'd be mentioning something about it.
Yeah.
So I'm not really geeked up for that.
He'll be back in the spotlight.
Yeah.
I won't be surprised if he came out and be a winner.
Yeah, I wouldn't be either. Man, that's not who I'm pushing for to win the Rumble, but yeah, that might happen. Man, following that was Street Profits versus Shelton Benjamin and Cedric Alexander. That was a good match right there.
Yeah, that was a super beastie match.
Yeah, Street Profits took the win. Man, there was some high flying going on in that match, man. MVP was out there.
Yeah, they was going at it, man. I like it.
Yeah.
Man, shout out to Montez Ford and Angelo Dawkins, man. They was putting on a show every night. Every time they get on for the show, they get booked for the show.
Yeah,
they putting on. They
the highlight of that match.
Yeah, they give out a lot of energy, man. I know they got to be tired at the end, but knowing them, they don't ever get tired, man.
And also shout out to Shelton and Cedric, man. I mean, y'all ain't getting used a whole lot besides like here and there, and
yeah, and I see Cedric Alexander put some body weight on.
Yeah,
you know, I can see him start competing more better with other wrestlers now. Instead of just looking like the skinny high flyer dude.
Yeah, that skinny 205 Live look.
Yeah, he ain't 205 no more.
No. That was a pretty good match, though, y'all. After that was Becky Lynch in the ring with Bayley, and Damage Control was in there too. But Bayley, Becky Lynch was talking stuff, just trying to bait her into a match next week, which Bayley accepted. Steel cage match set for Raw 30. I'm a fan of Bayley, though. I'm not such a fan of Becky, but it's going to be a good match, though. Both of them going to put on a good one, I can tell you. After that was Omos versus Elias. What you think about that one?
That was a good match. Almost came out with the win against Elias, smashing his guitar. Elias being the shorter guy, you know. Omos being a giant. He put on a good show with him. Hey, it ain't too many guys that could actually wrestle against a bigger guy like that, and look like he put on a good fight.
Yeah, but Elias tried it.
Yeah, but Omos came out with the W.
After that was Academy versus Judgment Day, which that was a good match too. Otis hit the worm tonight. Crowd, that was a big reaction for that. Crowd was loving that, man. Rhea Ripley interfered on it. I mean, it was a good match. After that, we saw Michin versus IYO SKY. We saw Michin take the win on that one. Michin and Sky put on a good match tonight. That was cracking.
Yeah, that was a beastie match.
Yeah.
Everybody was surprised with Michin winning with the W. I was surprised because Sky always come out on top.
Yeah, she usually do.
But then, Dakota came out and
yeah,
try to get their little revenge. But then that's when Candice LeRae came out and helped out her. But it was a pretty stern match. It was a good match. I give it out of a 1 out of 10. I give it a 7.
That was a good
for
one.
That match.
After that was Bliss and Belair everywhere, fighting all over the place. And you brought up an interesting point earlier when off air when you said that Bliss is when she's around Belair, it makes Belair a little extra. And
yeah, if you look at Belair's move sets in the ring before she start going against Alexa, and from this match right here, from this show, you see how more aggressive she came with her. More like it was just finna rip and tear through. It was like bringing a dark side out of Bianca. So Bianca, I think, is going to end up eventually coming out to where she's going to go towards the heel side. We might see a switch up to where she might end up joining something. She might. WWE got so many ideas, and they come to the left with some of their greatest ideas. This might be something where we might see Bianca Belair turn into heel, but end up sliding with Alexa through time. Never know. Or it just might be a heel side. It's time for. We didn't see Bianca with a heel yet. It was all babyface.
Yeah.
So is this just seeing like a glimpse of it? This is where she's going to start getting aggressive. I don't know.
Yeah, well, they was battling in the crowd, and Belair was setting up 2 chairs
and she was beating her butt, man. Yeah. Like literally, like even when Alexa Bliss had threw her over the guardrail, how she popped back up was sinister,
Mm-hmm.
She was like, "No, come here," beat her up, and she was just destroying her.
Yeah.
Just watch how she just exploded on her.
Man, but before she did the slam on the chair, they saw Uncle Howdy in one of the entranceways where fans come in and out to the seats, and Bliss ended up getting the upper hand on her.
Yeah.
At that point, and that's where we ended that at. But next we had Tozawa versus Bronson Reed. Which that was a good match too, for the size differences between the two.
Yeah.
Man, that was a cracking match. Tozawa was taking some crazy bumps.
Man, how many bumps he be taking? And he got hit with the what they call it, the tsunami or something from Bronson Reed, the tidal wave or tsunami. It was something, but he hit him with that. Psst. Man, y'all gotta let Tozawa hit somebody with his finisher off the top ropes, man. We done seen it all, man. We ain't seen nobody get hit with Tozawa finishing move yet.
And there was a power bomb to the corner where he like landed on his neck on the corner. Like,
I think that was just a good angle.
It could have been, but it didn't look good though. But if that was just the angle, man, that was well played.
Man, that was a good match though. But I would like to see
Tozawa, man.
I'd like to see Bronson Reed versus Otis. Future dream match right there. I would like to see that down the line for WWE. Just a heads up.
Yeah, that'd be a good match. So after that was the main event of the night, which was Finn Balor versus Dolph versus Corbin versus Miz versus Rollins versus Lashley in a 6-man elimination match for the #1 contendership of the U.S. title. Theory was ringside. And that was a good match right there to cap off the night. Everybody put into that match.
Yeah, Miz got eliminated first, Ziggler second, Finn Balor third, Corbin fourth, Seth and Bobby Lashley was the last two standing. And your boy almighty Bobby Lashley is the #1 contender for the U.S. championship belt against Austin Theory.
With a little interference from MVP. Yeah, that allowed Lashley to hit the spear.
Yeah, Ziggler did his thing in that match too, though.
Yeah, it came down to, I think it was Rollins and Lashley. Wow, and Lashley turned around, hit him with a spear.
Yeah.
It was over. Yeah, everything. It was a good roll, though.
But with that being said, this is the Backstage Krew Podcast.
You can find us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. We're on all the podcast stations. Find us at BackstageKrew.com.
And where you get your t-shirt from?
I got that at WWEshop.com.
Alright, well, with that being said, till next time.